My name's Emily Lent, and I'm a freshman at SFA studying speech pathology. I grew up in a family that did have Christian values, really strong ones, but we never really went to church or anything like that. My mom was Catholic and my dad was Protestant, so sometimes we just didn't mix, or they didn't mix that well with religion, but they did want me to know Christ and also know God, but it just wasn't as strong in my family as it could have been. But growing up, I guess that I always believed in God and I always believed in Jesus, but it wasn't anything that was important to me. God was just there, but I could tell you like, oh yes, I believe in God or I believe in Jesus, but I couldn't tell you anything about him or what he was for, or what he would do for us, or anything like I know now. The reason why I wanted to be baptized and how I came to Christ was last semester I met two girls, Madison Burge and Caitlin Reed, and they're both very strong in their religion, and I became really good friends with them. And as our friendship grew, I started to go to church with them and see how they did things, and I started to kind of fall in love with it. And at a time when I suffered from genetic depression, and last semester, towards the end of the semester, I was in a really dark place. And I just remember talking to Maddie and Kate and just saying like, I have no idea what to do. I feel so lost and I feel so kind of just dark and cold, but they just prayed for me. And I just remember when they were praying for me, I just remember having this feeling, and it was just an amazing feeling, like this lifting up, and I just started crying and telling God that I accept you and I want you to take all of this away from me, and I just want you to use me as whatever you want to use me for. And I thank them for that, and I thank my parents for being there for me and for accepting what I'm doing, and I thank everybody who's come into my life to help me with this. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much. Baptism definitely meant a lot to me. It was just because as I matured, I started to understand what God was for and how he was going to love me, and how what I needed to do to be with God, and kind of like how he opened his arms up for me, and how Jesus Christ died for my sins. And when Terrell dipped me in the water and brought me back up, it was like a life-changing feeling in a way. It felt so good, and I felt so peaceful, and at the lake it was gorgeous, and like God was there. God was all around us. It was beautiful, and just the whole baptism was just my way of confirming that I want to be with God for now and eternity. I'm Emily Lent, and Jesus changed my life forever.